William Shakespeare once famously said, "Joke 2020. But he also once famously penned, "Brevity is the soul of wit." This is something that I truly believe in, and especially in being as concise as possible with creating my arguments in these videos. But seeing as how I always spend upwards of 10-20 minutes explaining why that episode of Dragon Ball Z where Piccolo and Goku get their driver's licenses and accidentally cause Third Impact is a masterpiece, I thought I would try my hand at this so-called wit. Although step number 1 usually involves not fucking quoting Shakespeare at the start of a goddamn... In this video, I will attempt to review 25 of my favorite anime in only one sentence each, or however loosely I choose to define a sentence for the sake of delivery. They will be a mix of legitimate opinions on what I think is the most crucial element of each work, tossed together with my usual facetious, useless meminess. This is also by no means a definitive top 25 list or anything like that. Please just don't take any of this too seriously. The key difference between this show and many of the Nichijou-ke or Iyashike or cute girls doing cute things shows that followed it is that the focus is squarely on the comedy of the everyday. The girls being cute is simply a byproduct of the art style. This show is able to so effectively deliver its themes on how transhumanism would affect social class, sex, and statehood only because the art style looks like a creepypasta lost episode version of Doraemon. Emma Coates, a storyboarder at Pixar, once said some very conventional screenwriting wisdom. Coincidences to get characters into trouble are great, coincidences to get them out of it are cheating. And Satoshi Kon once made this masterpiece just to prove this bitch wrong. The biggest tragedy about this movie is that despite its immense importance for the Japanese animation industry, from the formation of Ghibli, literally pushing how many colors were available to use for cell animation, to helping push anime into the Japanese cultural consciousness, Anitubers just shaft it as the first draft for Princess Mononoke. This show ignores the fact that Rakugo has an infamously high glass ceiling and it's nigh impossible for female performers to enter into it, for the sake of having kawaii anime girls make referential meta dick jokes. Insanely funny referential meta dick jokes. Honestly, the real secret to this show is that it just throws shit at the wall and sees what sticks. A motherfucker can break a pillar off, throw it into the air, jump on it, and ride it to his destination, and we just have to fucking accept it like,
oh yeah, well, I guess that's plausible.
Compared to other anime anthology films, this one manages to feel the most cohesive as an overall package. Not just by tying everything together thematically, but by using the tried and true technique of the opening and closing title card just fucking murdering everybody. We exist as a tiny part of a larger, unimaginably large ecosystem, where miracles and tragedies alike are caused by a nature uncaring, where even the most disgusting parasite is simply trying to survive. And we will never know the answer to such mysteries like, in this alternate Edo-era Japan, where did Ginko find a Uniqlo to get them threads? My man's drip is off the chain! A show about how there is always a little magic in our everyday lives. And that Paris syndrome is very real and very dangerous. Please, stay away from Europe at all costs. The perfect encapsulation of a favorite anime theme, that of the intersection of science and spirituality, and what effect it has on modern society at large, all explored as the backdrop of a beautifully animated, tightly directed, and masterfully soundscape coming-of-age story of loss and redemption. Zero memes here, please watch this overlooked gem. An allegory of responsibility and why children shouldn't keep wild animals as secret pets. Because when it turns into a 20-foot dinosaur and goes ham with a giant parrot, that shit's fucking terrifying, son. Nausicaa answers the modern question of whether we should be exposing our children to endless hours of unsupervised entertainment spurred on by a network of quasi-transhuman digital merchandising which robs them of their privacy and security, with a resounding
How do you feel?
I'll never be able to accurately explain why this show personally means so much to me. But just take a look at any image of Kino riding Hermes to parts unknown, and hopefully you should be able to get some idea. Yeah, I mean, dude, come on, dude, like, yeah, come on, man, like, seriously, yeah, what do you want me to say, like, fucking gay sex. Alright, so this one's super easy. Fun and bouncy, featuring likable characters with clear progression. It achieves what most anime strive for in less than a third of the time, all while cavalcading everything on the spectrum of animation mythology. Boom, mic drop. Oh shit, fuck. In my experience, talking to strange girls sitting on top of smokestacks always leads to a bad end, my dude, but whatever, Shu. Go have a bleak, brutal test of your unwavering optimism in the face of unrelenting cruelty of humanity against the inevitability of demise if you think that pussy worth it, bro. Now this is how you make an OP character. How they struggle socially and personally with that power. Not that they did like fucking 100 fucking burpees a day or whatever. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is egg? Do you know? Come on, dang, just start the show so we can eat some of these dang eggs. Orders up. Check, please. Eggs, please.
An existential atmospheric masterpiece, for sure. But not gonna lie, those computer technician girls whose hands expand in like 125 fingers type fast is some goofy ass shit, my M-word. With the contrast of its brutalist architecture with blobby rounded character designs, SSR, oh, I wrote SSR, I just read like that, whatever. SSR presents an answer to the overwhelming despair of the inevitable apocalypse. Scavenging month-old chocolate and getting absolutely plastered with your most stupid friend. They have sex in the first episode. Another groundbreaking anime from the genius director Nakamura. A seemingly straightforward adventure caper, which is overshadowed by how Miyazaki was just flexing on us by making this movie in under 7 months. God fucking damn, I can't make a video in 7 months. What the hell is wrong with people? I hate talent. Being set in prohibitionist America and prominently featuring mafia members as nice and benevolent heroes, the immortality elixir is clearly a stand-in for alcohol and its pros and cons. It makes you feel invincible, sure, but then if you're drunk, you're unable to do sick flips and shit while fighting on top of a train and be like cool and yeah. I lost track of this metaphor along the way. I guess you could say I lost my train of thought. Okay, to be 100% honest, the show was a great adaptation and all, but the manga is what I really would put on a top list. But I was struggling with this shit towards the end, deciding the last few, so yeah, it's going on here, give me a break, alright? Making this shit is difficult. Like, how am I supposed to decide, like, 25? Like, I got to the last 3, and I was like, okay, is this on here? Or, but should this take the place of this? Is why I hate doing this for. Why did I come up with this idea? It's fucking stupid. A show that understands the truth in 2 famous idioms. Real life is stranger than fiction. And even lifelike humanoid robots with nuclear capabilities have to wait in line to buy daikon at the supermarket. So that's it, yeah. Stay inside, I guess. If you haven't already died from it, I mean, fucking hell. A story of war, tragedy, and romance, of people being reduced to mere weapons, of asking what measure is a human, all set to inventive and groundbreaking animation that was way ahead of the technological curve. By any other name, a masterpiece.